Okay, so today doing a carburetor change on my Craftsman Briggs & Stratton motor lawnmower. I've been meaning to get around to it. I finally found a new carburetor to buy. The carburetors aren't really that serviceable. I didn't drain it all the way. There was a little bit of gas in the line last year. So I'm not sure if that's what messed it up. It's just not having any gas flow. And it seems like the little float in there, the mechanism broke. So I put carburetor cleaner in it. Took it apart and I just couldn't get it to go from inlet to outlet, even though there's no obstruction in the gas line. So I ordered a new one, and like I said, they're all plastic. I think I ordered this for like 18 bucks. They just make everything be disposable now, which makes it a pain. I'm wearing surgical gloves because we're gonna be eating lunch soon and gas on hands. I don't want my food to taste like gasoline. But first we gotta take this cover off where the pull string goes. Oh, and this is a 5/16. The only way this would run to make sure that everything else was okay, it was directly spraying starter fluid down into the chamber, and it ran that way. So it's definitely a gas flow problem. But I have plenty of fuel leaving the fuel line when not connected. But it just, like I said, it never fills up the carburetor. The gas bowl never fills up. Like I said earlier, normally I don't care about getting hands dirty, just gasoline. Not real fond of gasoline, smelling like it all day. So if anyone's curious, that's what it looks like when you do your pull string on a lawnmower. Okay, so I already got that disconnected. This is the gas tank. I gotta pull this off, and let me be right back. I gotta get a pair of pliers. I almost forgot about that. But I gotta remove this. This is the carburetor. Only reason I'm removing this first is so I can sit it up so I don't have gasoline draining everywhere. But the carburetor is right here that I gotta take off. So I'll be taking the air cleaner off here. I can do that first. Get moving before I get up, take other parts. The air cleaner's off, the air filter itself is off, but this is what holds on to the air cleaner. Of course, it's even different size. Oh, the inner screws on that are 7mm, ironically. The outer screws again are the same 5/16. They're black. And they might be hard to see on the camera because the casing is black. This has been out most of summer. I've been paying my nephew with Brewburger to cut my grass with his lawnmower. I need to that's why I'm finally fixing this. I've just been busy. Okay. Air cleaner's off, you can see more. There's our new and old. You even get a brass piece on the intake instead of plastic now, which is a little better. These are your springs for your choke and throttle. Now, the gas tank just lifts up, but again, I need to get this off and pinch it off so I can have space to mess with this. So let me get pliers real quick. I don't have any locking forceps, so I'm going to use some vice grips to pinch it off after I remove it. The gas doesn't continue to leak. You generally are always going to have a little bit of gas leak removing a fuel line, hence the gloves. So I got to take it off right here. And actually, let's try to see if I can situate it this way first. I have drained this gas tank already, but you still have residual gas. Oh, now actually I guess I got it mostly empty. Cool. There was a little residual in there before. So anyways, here's the carburetor. You gotta take these guys off. there it is. Here's our new one. Oh, and when I took it off to clean the fuel bowl, it did, that gasket didn't go in right, but that's the old one. Here's the new one. Get these on here. And this just marries up right there. What helps hold that in place is that air cleaner cover. It goes on like that. And that, like I said, that also helps hold. And I do have some gas on my hands, which is good that I got the gloves. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount the air cleaner. Since I don't have to deal with much gas as I thought I did, like I said, there was always a little bit left in line. I'm doing this to get the carburetor to hold steady while I reattach the gas can. There's my black screw. Don't have as much dexterity with the gloves on. I'll try to find the link where I found this. Like I said, I think I paid between $12 and $18 on Walmart. And found the numbers. I ran it through the AI to find the matching one. Because Briggs & Stratton and Craftsman make a lot of various models. So these next two bolts are actually that hold the carburetor. So you just make sure they line up proper. Right there. I know you see me fiddle. Again, I got these gloves on, so I can't grasp the screw like I normally would. Can't get my hands on it as well as I'd like. This first one started. I'll get the second screw started for the bottom, then I'll tighten for this, just for alignment purposes. All right, got that on. Got these. And actually, I gotta move this plastic bit a little bit so that it actually moves with the throttle. I think that's how that works. Yeah, no, it's gotta go that way. There we go. There we go. That way that will move that. Cool. I got this piece back on. We still have our throttle right here connected. Articulates fine. Oh, actually, I lied to you. That moves that. So there we go. There we go. Cool. Articulates good. Put this guy back on. Reconnected. There we are. Now I'm not going to hook up the filter yet because I just want it to make sure it works. One problem is I got to put gas in it and do all this. Like I said, I'm 99% positive it was just that on the carburetor. They're pretty simple machines. There's not a lot to them. And the fact that, like I said, I could get it to run if I sprayed starter fluid in it. The only thing I may have to make adjustments on was that mechanism there, because I played with it on the old one, so I'm not sure I lined it up or matched it up to how it was supposed to be. So if for some reason it is more, but you at least have a video of how easy it is to change a carburetor on the Craftsman Briggs & Strattons. There we go. So now I'm just going to put gas in it and hopefully it runs again. All right, let's see if it starts.